We are in Oberammergau. Look at the beautiful mountains. We are in the Alps. We are in Bavaria. We made it. We are here in Oberammergau. I have been blessed with this amazing opportunity to come here and see the Passion Play, Oberammergau 2022. We're about to go see it. This is the city square, the town square of Oberammergau. As you can see behind me, it's so charming. Down this street here, we just got out of lunch. We had a wonderful pork schnitzel with potatoes and it was just delicious. And we're gonna go to the play. So the play starts soon in about a half an hour and it's 3 hours. The first act is 3 hours long. Then we break for intermission, which is also, you actually go and have dinner and then you come back for another 2.5 hours. So it's a long day and I have been up since 5:45 this morning because we had mass at 6 a.m. in the hotel and have been on the road. So this is definitely a pilgrimage. Oh, there's our faithful leader, Thomas. And this is our entire pilgrimage group that we've been with. So let me grab my bag because we better get going. You know, the Germans, they are not late. So if we are not there on time at 1:30 before the show starts, they won't let you in. All right, so here we go. We're going to show you a little bit of Oberammergau while we walk. One thing that I heard that Oberammergau is known for is their beautiful wood carvings. And as we were walking into the city, it's so beautiful, the shops. So we'll show you some of that. It's like it's a Catholic person's heaven. Can I interview you real quick as we walk up?
Interview what? Me?
Yeah.
No interview without send questions per email.
It's
first.
just gonna be a quick. All right. Hi. So Thomas is our faithful guide. Thomas, what's your last name? Come on, keep walking. I want to get a little history of the Passion Play in Oberammergau. I've read some of it, but I thought we should get it from Thomas real quick. Thomas, can you tell me when the first Passion Play was performed here?
I don't know the year. I forgot the year. I just know it was in the 30 Years' War. It was around
1600s?
1620, the beginning of the 17th century. I look it up if you want to. I looked the year up. It was
the people who are the players are from the town, correct? Most of them, right?
Not most of them. You must be born here.
You must be born
here. You must be part of this in order to be part of the...
So they're not going to let me play in the show tonight?
No.
First Passion Play happened about 400 years ago. And ever since that, they've done one almost every 10 years. Well, actually every 10 years,
except wars and pandemics. And so we were having the war, for example, the Second World War. And now there was the pandemics to 20. That's why we are starting 222.
Okay.
Passions.
And because of that, the blessing is that I get to be here to see it. How do I say it?
Oberammergau.
Oberammergau. All right, it's getting ready to start. But what was the first year that the very first Passion Play took place?
So it was in the 30 Years' War. It was in 1634.
And ever since then, every 10 years, this play has happened?
Yes, it worked out. They have promised Jesus that when they make this play, he has to make them free of the illness, and it worked out. So they said they will play every 10 years till the end of times, and they are doing it till the end of times, and we are in it. And they only don't do it on a year where there is a war or a pandemic like we were having 220.
Well, it's such a blessing to be here. Our Lord made it possible. The Blessed Mother made it possible for me to be here this year. And I'm just so grateful. Thank you for your time and for leading us.
Thank you for coming. Thank you very much for coming here.
It's a
because
joy.
the most important part of the play nowadays are you, the people who come from all around the world.
Here's my ticket to see the show. Thousands of people are going to be in there in the theater. And it's an outdoor theater, so I've got 2 coats, my turtleneck, my sweater, just to stay warm. We're waiting in line. This is awesome. I didn't realize it was covered. All right, so we are row 52.
Bei euch aber soll es nicht so sein. Wer unter euch groß sein will, der sei euer Diener.
We just got out of the show. Take a look behind you. Hundreds, probably thousands of people are here, and we are now headed to dinner. So we went in at 1:30. It's 4 o'clock now. Now we're gonna head to dinner for the next few hours, and then we're gonna come back for another 2.5 hours to see the show. I have to say the first half was really awesome to see that many people on stage, hundreds of people on stage, children, animals. The actors are doing a beautiful job. Jesus, especially in Judas, and the high priest. And it left off the intermission was at the Garden of Gethsemane. So Jesus has just told our Lord, not my will, but thy will be done. So that's where we're gonna take off in Act 2. And we all just saw the first act of the play, and we're here in this 3-hour intermission. We're gonna have dinner and dessert, and then we're gonna head back. But I wanted to ask Marilyn what she thought of the first act.
Oh my God, I actually cried.
Really?
Yeah, at the end when Judas was betraying him, and then then
Which
that's
part?
it.
When he went to give him a kiss?
Yeah, that part, and then when they were trying to, and then both of us are actually like in tears.
I actually had low expectations, but it's actually exceeded my expectations. Reading the story was touching versus just watching it because you know what was going on. So that touched me.
So I'm here with Monica, who is a soloist in the 2022 Oberammergau Passion Play. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. So she was actually also our waitress, one of our waitresses this evening, and we found out that you are a soloist. This is what's so beautiful about what we're experiencing here in Oberammergau, is that literally the entire community comes together to make it happen. Yourself, are you from Oberammergau?
Yes, I was born and raised in this house. Yeah, also.
Is that your mother?
Yes, that's my mother. Actually, that's my mom, and my dad is in the kitchen who cooked your meals. Grown up here, and my first Passion Play was in 2000. I was 8 years old then. And then in 2010, I joined the choir. I was 18 then. And then for 2020, I aspired to be a soloist, and we started training in 2017.
For you, what's the most impactful part of being in the Passion Play?
I think the fact that I get to talk to many people who are enjoying the play or who come here for specific reasons, that gives me something that some other people who are just playing or just singing don't have, which is really a big blessing, because we get to hear all those wonderful opinions about what we're doing, and so many people who are really grateful for what we're doing. And
how many people are in the cast of the Passion Play?
we have roughly 1,700 adults.
1,700?
Yeah. 1,700 adults.
How many people during one show, though?
Are you going to see
the
it
most that you see on the stage?
You're going to see it in the second half. It depends. So during the week, you will see 600 people on stage.
Oh my gosh.
And on the weekends, there's a little bit more, of course, because everybody's off on the weekend. There can be up to 800 people on the stage.
Wow. And that blows my mind. How many seats are in the theater?
4,500.
And how many weeks do you rehearse for before the first performance?
So the choir and the orchestra, we started almost exactly a year ago, so October 21. So like half a year. And then the main actors came together at the end of December.
And everyone is from Oberammergau.
Exactly. You have to be from here to participate, or have your permanent residence here for at least 20 years.
Wow. So there's no chance for me.
If you move here, you can participate in the next in 30 years.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't marry in, I guess.
No, they had that rule before, that if you marry, you can participate after 10 years, but they canceled that rule. But they're thinking about bringing it back. So,
oh my goodness, wow. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate your time, and may God bless you and reward you and your family for all that you do for the pilgrims who come to see this show.
That's very kind. Thank you.
So we've got a choir member here. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
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 How many years have you been in it?
It's my third time. So the first time I was in 2000 with 1.5 years as a baby. on the cheek, or my mom take me out to the theater. Wow. We are all not professional, but we have a long training before the Passion Play started, and also in the times between the Passion Play. So like 2019 we did some theater, and these theaters are some casting for the Passion Play. Yeah.
It's amazing to me. So we, as I've told you guys earlier, we started the play at 1:30, then it ended at 4. We went for dinner. So the people who are in the play then come and feed the pilgrims. I mean, maybe not all of them.
No, not all of them.
Not all of them have restaurants.
But many.
But how beautiful is that? And then they have to go back to work.
Yeah.
So they go to work and then they go back to work.
Yeah.
On the stage. But how many of your family members are currently in this play tonight?
Tonight only was my mom in the first part. My father is in the second part. I and my younger sister, who also worked at the restaurant, is also in the choir with me. Yeah, and my grandfather and also my grandmother is also in the play.
Wow. Your grandmother's in the play?
Yeah. And only.
So what is that? 7, 6? It's just.
Yeah, 5, 6 persons.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And the director of the Passion Play is my uncle.
Wow. Yeah. So we're here with Jonas, who is AKA Nicodemus.
Right.
How many years have you been participating in this Passion Play?
2000, 2010, and 2022.
Is this your
Third
first time with a major role, or did you have...
2010 I was Peter, one of the disciples. In 2000 I was a servant of King Herod.
So how do you feel going from Peter to Nicodemus?
Peter is really famous, all the people know him, but he became the rock very far apart after our play and after the time of Jesus. While he was around with him, he was not very brave. He was just brave around in his group, and when when he had trouble, he was very strong. So.
Oh, except he cuts off the guy's ear. So I mean, he has that moment.
That's just a little moment. Most of the moments he's feared. So
Yeah.
he become really Peter for his Simon, and he really become Peter. I think 40 days later. Yeah. And Nicodemus is totally different. He's very brave. He stands up for what he thinks is right. That's a big difference, I think. But both are pro Jesus. So
Can you tell me how being a part of this show if it has transformed you personally in any way? Does it touch you spiritually, or?
Yeah, of course. You before you start this work, you have a sense of it and a feeling about it, and then you work here, and it's pretty intense, really, and it works. Yeah, in you. And 10 years later, it works again. Yeah, we go to Israel and prepare and we hear our rehearsals, and you hear the text and all the Bible verses again and again and again, and if you want or not, it works in you. So, and that's still a process. So,
are you
yes.
a professional actor?
No, I'm here actually. Lay actor, I think it's the word. Yeah.
So what do you do when you're?
I'm an engineer.
Of what kinds of things?
We do construction, and the main thing is glass fiber cable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very different than what you're doing tonight.
You work and talk to people.
That you stepped onto the stage and you saw. I mean, there's 4,000 people sitting out there. Were you nervous?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And now 3 times later, do you still get nervous or not?
And there should be a minimum of nervousness. Never be too cool.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves is always good.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your talent and your time and what you're doing here. God bless you. Carolina.
Yeah.
Am I on? And he's on.
Yes, he's on.
Yeah. Your beard might block the sound. Of
maybe. Right.
All right, everybody. So I am here with the one, the only, the bad boy of the Passion Play, Judas. Cengiz, actually, right? That is what's your whole name?
Cengiz Görür. It's a Turkish name.
Beautiful. And you are from Oberammergau?
Yes.
Born and raised here?
Born and raised here.
Is this your first time in the Passion Play?
Actually, second time. But the last time I was in the Passion Play was 12 years ago. I was a kid then, back in that time, 10 years old. I was acting just in the crowd with other kids. And had it's called something like a living picture.
Yeah. Oh yes, the tableaus we saw.
Yeah, right.
So I want to get right into it because he has to get into the show in a few minutes for the second act. But I was watching the first act, and you were definitely one of my favorites. And as a director, as somebody who knows acting and enjoys it, I really loved your intensity.
Thank you.
And I'm sitting in the 53rd row, so you obviously have to play to the thing. But I could feel the lines that you were saying and the intention that you had going on behind it. So I commend you because you're not a professional actor, are you?
I'm not.
Okay, so you just went through the rehearsal process to get to this point.
Right.
Did you have to audition for the role?
No, every main role didn't have an audition.
No? The director just casts?
Yeah.
Wow, that's faith.
He just walks through the village, and like when he sees somebody or hears somebody's voice, he's like, all right, his voice, I like his voice.
Wow.
And then he's like, do you have time? Just a couple of minutes. He wants to hear him on stage, just for a couple of minutes, because his voice is like, he's attracted because of his voice.
I love that. I think it's very intuitive
Yeah.
To understanding people. And then I'm assuming he works with the actors, obviously in the rehearsal process, to bring out the best performance.
Yes.
So this is, you have I know there are dual roles, right? There are 2 roles for each part. So how many performances are you doing during this?
55.
55.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. right? So
Okay.
I would love to know just how you approach the character, or how you approach Judas himself as the character, and
I think
what his motives are for handing over our Lord.
it's it is a different role compared to like the other disciples. It's yeah, he's full of so many emotions, different emotions. Like sometimes he's angry, and then he is like wants to fight for justice, but in another way of Jesus. Like Jesus wants justice too. Judas wants that too, but he wants it in another way. And that's because Jesus, or why Jesus is saying, do it, do your justice thing, but do it in another way. Like if somebody slaps you on the right cheek, holding the other cheek. And I think Judas is maybe one of the best friends of Jesus. Because he is like, he's always there for Jesus. He loves Jesus. Like he's like his biggest fan, and he loves what he's doing, but he doesn't understand why they let themselves like, yeah, he doesn't understand the thing why they should like love the Romans, like love their enemies.
His kind of pacifist
Yeah,
way. He
yeah.
wants he wants him to stand up more for what he believes in.
It wasn't like the typical betray like everybody thinks of Judas. He's not the like main bad person. He's not. There's more behind that.
But,
Like,
and I don't know, you can tell me if I'm way off base, but somebody said that you're a Muslim?
yeah, right.
Okay, so how has it been being of a different faith tradition and portraying the Passion of Christ? I mean, like, what is that for you, and has it changed your spirituality at all? Has it opened it up? What are your thoughts on that?
To be honest, not at all. Like, it's just a thing of acting for me.
I guess, how does it impact you just playing this true story?
I'm thankful.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to play Judas. Like it's a good experience for me. Like I'm open. Like my mind is open for every religion, and I'm interested in other religions. Like just to learn, to get a touch of that, how other people feel, or how they live their lives, and it's a great thing.
What's the best lesson you could take from Jesus in this experience, or the Bible or the Word of God that you're portraying?
Just like it's just simple for me. Just be kind and nice to each other.
Yeah.
Learn to love each other. Like it's like there's so big gaps in the world where like love is being missed. Like there's not that many love in this world, not anymore. Yeah, and I think just be a good person, have a good heart, just be good to each other, be kind. Yeah.
And that's what's interesting. I know I'm going to let you go because I know you got to get ready for the second half, but I think that's the most beautiful thing that Jesus does, is that he shows love, and that's what, unfortunately Christianity can be divisive in some ways, but really if you look at Jesus Christ, he came with love for everyone, and that's the biggest thing that we should do for each other. So thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you for your work, and may God bless you.
Of course.
Höret, wenn du erleuchtet bist wie Josef, als er vor Ägyptens König stand. Nein, wir ruhen nicht, bis Pilatus den Barabbas losgibt. Pilatus wird sogleich erscheinen.
Well, that's it. We just finished seeing the play 2022 Oberammergau, and it was awesome. I think what I am moved most by is that this whole community comes together to put this play on. The whole community comes together to do this play for us, really, for the pilgrims that come to see it, and of course for their city. But almost half of the city is involved in this play. Pretty tremendous. The scale is just unbelievable.